Guys, it's been 3 years since I've been on YouTube. And you guys are still complaining about the lateness thing. At this point, just embrace it. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello, everyone, and welcome to This is Football. Welcome to a special edition stream, ladies and gentlemen, where we are going to be talking about Liverpool Football Club today. Just a special edition stream because I feel like our club sometimes we need to speak about it, address it a little bit more. It's easy to address the clubs where there are like crazy stuff coming on, stuff like the Man United one with the Ratcliffe stuff. There's clubs like Chelsea that think the manager's at fault for their ownership's mistakes. There's just so much clubs with drama happening, City with the 115 charges. Everyone knows they're a fake manufactured club. Shout out to Adam McCullough on the overlap. If you know, you know. We leave our club sometimes unspoken about. So today, we're here to talk about our club. You get me? Liverpool Football Club. We out here. I have to say, I'm currently fasting, so I'm not going to say anything wild. I have to say, actually, let me not say it. Let me be humble. Big up to you guys. Make sure you guys are hitting the like button. Make sure you guys are subscribing to This is Football if you're yet to do so. Every single one of you guys right here, right now, whether you're watching this right now or on the replay, please slap the like button. Please subscribe. Please keep getting involved in the chat. Because today, as you guys know, the people who watch this channel, the solo Liverpool videos are very interactive. So we're here to kind of not just speak my opinion, hear you guys' opinions, hear you guys out, see what you guys think regarding this whole situation. So, yeah, slap the like button, subscribe. No, it's actually the same camera, but I just edited something with it. It's a Logitech, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah. Bro, what can I even say about this guy? What can I even say about this guy at this point? And then look at her being cringy back. Oh my God, we've started already. Anyway, I've just lost my appetite. I just lost my appetite. Being around those two can make me fast for like 36 hours. Anyway, let's talk about Liverpool Football Club, guys. Shout out to everyone in the chat. Let me give our guys a couple of shout outs, before we get started. Big up Kingsman, Becky, Christian. Not big up to Kat Sunday, not big up to Wisdom. Big up to Just Tabang, big up to Vin, Proper Chelsea TV. Shout out to you, brother. Big up to KG, big up to Kosa Klopper, DK, Tyler Jones, my brother, probably still in Japan. Big up Scope, big up to Ali, big up to who else am I bigging up? Let me find a new name. Big up to Teddy Danwan, big up to LFC Aaron, big up to Tull, big up to Bush, big up to Maverick, big up to James Hardy, big up to who else? If I haven't bigged you up, I'm not gonna big up Football Matters. Big up to Jimmy Hendricks, big up to Oyvind, big up to Honesty Ortentia, big up to Abdul Yunus, big up to Rahman, big up to ASLFC, big up to You'll Never Walk Alone. Big up to you guys. Make sure you guys are slapping the like button. Make sure you guys are subscribing. No, Ali, I can't mod you. You'll never be mod on my channel. Anyway, slap the like, subscribe, keep getting involved in the chat. Big up Tom. Obviously now, Liverpool Football Club, you're back in Australia affairs, no longer in Japan. I can't believe what you went through over the last, weeks or so. Anyway, back to the football. Ramadan Kareem, honestly. So with Michael Edwards obviously coming to Liverpool Football Club, Richard Hughes, the sporting director, we're looking at Xabi Alonso, Amorim, whoever. And I feel like today's stream, I just wanna call for a little bit of calm in the fan base. I feel like a little bit of calmness is exactly what's needed. Let me first and foremost say, I'm FSG out. But at the same time, just because I'm FSG out does not mean that I can't give them credit. Because that's what the FSG inners do. The FSG inners will find any excuse to just kind of say the ownership is right and there is nothing for us to blame them and blah, blah, blah. That's not me. I'm the exact opposite. I'm capable of giving, criticism, and I'm capable of giving praise when need be. And obviously, Michael Edwards coming back to Liverpool Football Club is a fantastic decision, obviously, by everyone involved, because he's someone who obviously knows, the ins and outs of the club. He knows the model already. He knows the direction we're trying to head in. So it's not like we're trying to, it's not like we're trying to head into a different direction. It's not like we're trying to do something that's just against the way that we run the club. So obviously Michael Edwards kind of helps with that because he's someone. Um, how can I say this? He's someone who just knows how the club is run. He's been there, and people don't know this actually, but the people who watch This Is Football knew this from time. Um, the fact that Jurgen Klopp and Michael Edwards knew each other and worked in the way that they have worked together, and the fact that Michael Edwards left Liverpool Football Club, people don't know this except the ones who watch this channel. Michael Edwards left Liverpool Football Club because of Jurgen Klopp. Because of Jurgen Klopp. Jurgen Klopp, obviously, the conflict of power there. Jurgen Klopp obviously became the most powerful man at the football club. And how can I say this? Became the most powerful man at Liverpool Football Club, and Michael Edwards just became a non-decision maker, basically. So that's why he obviously left the club. And the struggle for power is a crazy world, where men exist in, because the struggle for power is a struggle where you just end up maybe leaving your job, and that's what Michael Edwards done. People need to understand Michael Edwards was the same guy that got us Salah and Mane over Brandt and Götze when Klopp wanted Brandt and Götze. So Edwards is like, nope, we signed Mo, we signed Mane. Obviously, head in a different direction, So this is basically what happened. So yeah, I think obviously for us, it's just something that's absolutely beautiful. The fact that Michael Edwards is back. Now, I would say one thing: people are just doing too much right now. People are just doing too much right now. When I say people are doing too much right now, people are acting like just signing Michael Edwards means khalas. Liverpool Football Club are solved and the problems are solved and blah blah blah, and we can all start jumping up and down and go into a world of sunshine and rainbows and it's all good. That's really not how life works. That is really not how life works. Michael Edwards is only step one. Michael Edwards is nothing but step one. That's it. That's it. Step one, Michael Edwards. And that's all that's happened. Obviously, getting him is a fantastic step in the right direction, but it's only the start. Because Liverpool Football Club are capable of stupidity. Liverpool Football Club are capable of just doing too much. Liverpool Football Club are capable of just making idiotic decisions. And by the way, we have made nothing short of idiotic decisions since our last league title. There are so many stupid decisions we have made, which Jurgen Klopp was responsible for, which multiple people at the club is responsible for. It's just, if I tell you some of the things that Liverpool Football Club did not do, you would be shocked. The Caicedo one I've already mentioned, we could have had him from when he was in Ecuador for like 1 million. So it's just we are the type of club that is capable of just signing nobodies, that's capable of signing the exact wrong manager, that's capable of making wrong decision after wrong decision after wrong decision. And this is the position that we find ourselves in. And obviously, Michael Edwards is literally just the step in the right direction, and that's all. And the reason why I say that is, obviously, if Michael Edwards is going to be a powerful man, because make no mistake, listen, if you left a job, based on power struggles. So obviously Michael Edwards, why did he leave Liverpool? Because of the power dynamic. If you left the club because of a power dynamic, obviously when you come back the second time, you're going to be a powerful man. So for FSG to get Michael Edwards back, for FSG to call Michael Edwards and go like, yo, we need you back at Liverpool Football Club, is obviously something that requires, quote unquote, a lot of power. So the fact that Jurgen Klopp, moves on, Michael Edwards comes back, shows that FSG believe that, Michael Edwards was actually in the right, but they just didn't want to lose their guy. So now he walks into the club, and when he walks into the club, obviously he's gonna walk in with some form of degree of power. Power is the key word of today's stream, because he walks in, with a key with so much power to run Liverpool Football Club, and this is where Michael Edwards could be the hero or could be the villain, because there's two guys on the thumbnail. Here, take a look, you guys. as you guys can see. Amorim, Alonso. There are other scenarios that really worry me. The scenarios that really worry me is as follows. Liverpool Football Club make an absolutely horrendous managerial decision. Now, logically speaking, it's either it's either Amorim or Xabi Alonso. I prefer Xabi Alonso personally if he wins the league with Leverkusen, because I feel like that just walks into the steps of Jurgen Klopp. But Liverpool Football Club, make no mistake, we are capable of a Borini. We are capable of a Balotelli. We are capable of a Ricky Lambert. We are capable of a Konchesky. We are capable of making stupid decisions sometimes. And this is why, the fact that we need Michael Edwards to get it spot on. If Graham Potter walks through the door as Liverpool manager, I will be Potter out the moment he signs the contract. If Nagelsmann becomes manager, I would be so against him. I wouldn't want him managing my football club. There are so many managers that I just think could genuinely turn us to just a absolute mediocre side, even with these current players. Tell you how. Prime example is Man United after Alex Ferguson. That is exactly how to not transition from a great manager. When you have a great manager like Jurgen Klopp at the helm, you need to be able to transition properly. You need to be able to transition to the next step properly. You need to be able to get to the next step properly. So, for me, I wouldn't mind Xabi Alonso. I wouldn't mind Amorim. I wouldn't mind Hansi Flick. There is one guy that I just don't want. That is Roberto De Zerbi. If we somehow end up with that hipster Roberto De Zerbi, I am going to be so mad. I am going to be so mad if we end up with that hipster that has no style of football other than one style of football, likes to play that 4-3-3 B-Tech Pep Guardiola ball. I'll be so mad if we hire De Zerbi. Yes, it was me. Stop talking Dutch in my chat. You're just cringy at this point. Anyway, so De Zerbi for me will be just such a massive turn off. I'd be De Zerbi out. I'm saying it right now. Guys, let me explain something to you guys in the chat, yeah? There are certain managers that if they manage Liverpool Football Club, I will be said manager out. I will be said manager out directly the moment he walks in. De Zerbi, I'm De Zerbi out. I'm De Zerbi out. You can keep your hipsters to yourselves. You can keep the hipsters in your separate thing. I just don't want it. I don't want any of these hipsters. Oh my God, he plays good football. Let me ask you all guys a question about this De Zerbi thing. Let me ask you guys a question about this De Zerbi thing right here, right now. Shut it, Aaron. Make sure you guys are listening to him. Brendan, since when is the be-all and end-all good football? I want anyone who loves De Zerbi to explain this to me. Since when is the be-all and end-all good football? Because using that logic, why don't we get back Brendan Rodgers? Brendan Rodgers plays good football and he has trophies in the bag. What's the difference between Brendan Rodgers and Roberto De Zerbi? I dare anyone, without mocking the name, I dare anyone right here, right now, tell me the difference. I dare anyone right here, right now, tell me the difference. Go on, tell me the difference. Tell me the difference. Simple. Tell me the difference. I dare you. If you're pro De Zerbi, tell me what is the difference between De Zerbi and Brendan Rodgers. Nothing. 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 Absolutely nothing. De Zerbi is just a hipster. And De Zerbi was the same thing last season when it was like every single year there's just a new manager. He's just a new guy that everyone's just looking at like, oh my God, this manager is really good, blah, 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 blah. I'm just not trying to do all that. I'm going to be real with you. I'm just really not trying to do all that. I just want a manager that comes in here and elevates us and helps to at least keep us at the same level, if not elevate us. Simple. Big up to JJ Ash who says Allah يبارك فيك على نتيجة امبارح ونايما حبيب ألف مبروك. Obviously congratulations to all the Arsenal fans yesterday. I wanted Arsenal to win yesterday's game. I'm glad he did, and in terms of the haircut, thank you. Haircut looking nice. Maybe I need to start considering just getting this shape up of my beard and my hair just more consistently. So like maybe it's something that I need to do. More regularly, JJ. Make sure you guys are hitting the like button, subscribing. I don't know how many likes we're on because when I go on these little tirades, I don't check the like count. So make sure you guys are listening to my moderators, LFCR, and all the people in the chat. Slap the like button, subscribe. Shout out JJ Ash for the first super chat of the stream. I appreciate you, Habibi. Everyone, please like right now. Let's get to 100 likes ASAP. Yalla, we need to get there. We need to get to 100 likes. We're already 15 likes away. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate it. Is that Luke Almond? Is that Shane Almond's dad? It's been such a while since I've seen you both. I hope you guys are good. Anyway, I think the next manager is the most important element, the most important decision in FSG's life. The only way FSG change the minds of people is post Jurgen Klopp, because this is now where we have to have a real conversation. There are people who are FSG in and there are people who are FSG out. The people who are FSG out, like myself, say that Jurgen Klopp obviously saved FSG from us exposing all their weaknesses, because Jurgen Klopp is a manager that makes diamonds out of sand, or whatever it is you guys say, diamond out of blah, blah, blah. If Jurgen Klopp leaves and Liverpool Football Club continue to be successful, then Jurgen Klopp shows that FSG could be good owners. After the Jurgen Klopp leaves, FSG could make a series of right decisions to put this football club in good hands. Oh, you don't know him. Fair's look. FSG are capable of making a right decision that takes us in the right direction. Now, how can Liverpool move on post-Klopp? Because this is now the ultimate reality question here. This is the real question. This is the real full stop. Let's just be genuine about it question. With Jurgen Klopp, obviously, he's going to be missed at Liverpool Football Club. Let's not sit up here and all be fake and act like he won't be missed. He'll be missed. He's someone who's powerful. He's someone who's made so many decisions, so he'll be missed. Now, you want to move on. Do you do the Man United? Do you do the thing where you just do the Man United? Do you do the Arsenal post-Wenger? Because there are so many clubs that have lost historic managers that have went into absolute downfall. Or do you do the Liverpool from the 80s? After Bill Shankly, Bob Paisley. Arguably even more successful than Bill. And this is something that I want right here, right now. I want a manager that becomes even more successful than Jurgen Klopp. Now, some people are listening to this going like, oh, that's crazy. Yeah, people kind of said the same thing about Bill Shankly, and just after that, Liverpool Football Club became successful. So for me, big up C. So for me, I'm just sat in this position now where I'm thinking, okay, they need to make a series of right decisions. And the series of right decisions as well is as follows. It is not just the manager. It is not just the manager. People keep thinking it's just manager. Let's not become Chelsea fans, chat. Please, let's not become Chelsea fans and just think manager this, manager that, manager. Yeah, but it's not just about the manager. It's about the transfers that we make. It's about the key decisions that we make. There is so much that Liverpool Football Club need to get right. If we sell Mo Salah and we replace him with Raheem Sterling, that got nothing to do with Xabi Alonso or Amorim, as an example. We need to keep our best players and we need to sign players that are capable of taking us to the next level. I'm hearing rumors, and I'm hearing quite strong rumors about Pedro Neto. I'm hearing very strong rumors about Pedro Neto. You know why I'm against that transfer? It's because there's something in life called intangibles. Intangibles matter. Intangibles matter. Intangibles matters for a YouTuber, never mind for someone who plays football. Pedro Neto's hamstrings are made from cheese. I have never seen a guy more injured. They're worried. Liverpool Football Club are worried that, before, the Euros will come and Pedro Neto will represent Portugal and Pedro Neto is going to go on to kill it. And, big clubs around Europe will want him and all that stuff. Yeah, that's beautiful. That's beautiful and stuff. And, Pedro Neto is obviously very talented, but Pedro Neto is also made from Weetabix. And in seasons like we're having right now, and in seasons where Liverpool Football Club want to be successful, and in seasons where Liverpool Football Club want to win trophies, the last thing we need is just players just injured. We cannot afford it. Aaron, imagine we had Konate, but like 3-4 versions. Allah Malik. But like 3-4 versions. Imagine. That's basically the summary, to be honest with you. If we sign Pedro Neto, this is why, for me, I don't want us to turn into Chelsea fans and just blame the manager for everything. We need to look at the context of the situation. We need to look at the totality of the situation. We need to look at everyone. Like, we need to look at every single decision that we make this summer, because the only way that Liverpool Football Club could be successful post-club is correct decision after correct decision after correct decision. Simple as. And it's not just a manager of manager. Manager is important, and I'll talk about that as well as the thing progresses, but it's not just about the manager, it's about the decisions we make. It's about the decisions we make in the backroom staff. It's about the decisions we make in the transfer window. Because now, this is it for FSG. This is it for FSG. Either they prove me right, or they prove all the top reds right. There is no other way to think about this. There is zero in the middle. There is zero gray area. There is zero like, ooh, maybe it's this, maybe it's that. Ain't no maybe, ain't no this. It's just simple as whether you make the right decision or not. Every decision needs to be perfect, exactly, Luke. Because they either prove me right or they prove me wrong. Simple. Because now they're under the microscope. Fenway Sports Group are under the microscope. You need to hire the right manager. You need to make the right transfers. And you need to provide, finally, once and for all, the actual war chest that you've promised. How many times have you went into a summer hearing about a quote-unquote war chest that Liverpool Football Club are going to have? How about we actually get that war chest out the closet and actually finally use it for once? What, like, how? I'm just saying, how? How is this war chest thing a thing? How is this war chest thing a thing? I just don't get it. Maybe it's time to actually bring it out, because transfers will be needed. And I always get asked something, by the way. Shout out to you, all of you guys, but I always get asked something. Hussam, who are we linked with? I love being the ITK. I love it. I wish I played that role to perfection, but unfortunately, I'm the type of guy that actually wants to be honest. I'm actually the type of guy that wants to be real. I'm actually the type of guy that doesn't want to lie to your faces. How can I tell you we are interested in player 1, player 2, player 3 when we don't even know who the manager will be? How? Explain it to me. How? Do you want me to lie for views, for likes, for subscriptions? I'm supposed to sit up here and lie? Hey guys, we are gonna sign Pedro Neto, Antonio Silva, and this guy and that guy in the summer. How am I supposed to know? How can I know this? How can I know this when we don't even have a manager? When we haven't even decided on which manager we want to get? I'm supposed to sit up here and tell you, quote unquote, transfer. I could tell you we like Pedro Neto, but that's something that everyone knows. That ain't no ITK business. That's just something that is just well-known fact. Liverpool Football Club like Neto. But how can I sit up here and go like, oh my God, Liverpool Football Club want this player and that player. Yeah, but we don't even have a manager yet. We don't even have a manager yet. We literally don't even have a manager. Because what if Xabi Alonso doesn't want Pedro Neto? What if Amorim wants Pedro Neto? Where do we go from here? You see how different it is? What if the guy doesn't want him? What if the guy wants him? And speaking of managers, the managers have to play an important role in the transfers, but at the same time, we can't let them take over the transfer decisions like we done with Klopp. Because I think, listen, Klopp is just a fantastic manager. He's elite. I was one of the few YouTubers last season that didn't say Klopp out, Klopp out, Klopp out. You guys remember the people who were Klopp out. It wasn't me. You get me? Let's just get that out of the way. So I wasn't one of the guys who was like, Klopp out, get him out. I never said that. I never turned on it. But at the same time, I can recognize that his talent ID and that his decision making in the transfer windows ain't really the best. You know, aka Gravenberch, aka Gakpo, aka other people. Let's not go there, you know. But you know, there are so many people, you know, that ever since Michael Edwards left the club and we stopped taking data into account and we started, you know, talking about, you know, how can I say this? 1 second. Stopped for taking, oh God, stopped taking data into account. We became an unsuccessful club in the transfer windows. This is the reality. God bless you guys. This is the reality. So with the manager now in there, I want him to be a part of the decision making, but I don't want him to be the guy that makes the massive major decisions. So like, I don't want, whether it be Alonso, whether it be Amorim, whether it be anyone, to make massive major decisions at the football club in terms of transfers. I want us to be a lot more smart with it, because certain people are a lot better at managerial roles and certain people are a lot better at directive roles. Let's not forget that Ralph Rangnick told Man United to sign Caicedo from Ecuador for 2 million, as an example. So Ralph Rangnick might not have been the best manager, might not have been the greatest manager out there, might not have been the most unbelievable manager out there, but Ralph Rangnick told the entirety of the world, yo, this club needs open heart surgery. And they didn't listen. And now look, they're all asking for what? Open heart surgery. They thought Ten Hag was going to fix it. He just didn't fix it. And for me, I'm looking more at Liverpool Football Club, and I'm saying, okay, we don't need open heart surgery, but we are going to the doctor. We feel like we have some pain in our legs. If FSG make the correct decisions, the guy will just give me some cream and he'll go like, yo, just please just apply this cream on the areas that hurt you and you're going to be good. But if FSG make a series of wrong decisions, this whole leg is now injured and it's spreading a virus across the body. This is the reality. People don't underestimate the role of the ownership group in where we're heading, because I refuse to become a Chelsea fan. And I hope the people in the chat, by the way, you guys, you know why I keep saying this? Because I don't want you guys next season directly, oh my God, Xabi Alonso got this wrong. Oh my God, Amorim got this wrong. Let's focus on the actual issue. Let's focus on the root cause. Let's focus on the real problem. And the only way we are successful as an institution post-club is if FSG make a series of right decisions. It does not. How can Xabi Alonso coach like a crap player? No, he can't. No, he can't. Can Amorim coach a crap player? No, he can't. This is why I'm saying, can De Zerbi account for Pedro Neto being injured when we know his injury record? You get it? Does everyone actually get it now? It's a lot more important headed into next season, the club structure. Let's make everything clear now. Who makes the sporting decisions? This guy. Let's do research-based analysis and actually analyze which players we should be able to sign, which players we shouldn't sign. Liverpool Football Club could have had Caicedo, Alvarez, and Enzo. Combined total of like 15 million, all three players. Look how much they're worth now. We could have had Julian Alvarez. We could have had Enzo Fernandez. We could have had Moises Caicedo. All of these guys we could have had at Liverpool Football Club for a total, all three, of like 15 million, and we refuse to do so. This is why decisions need to be made at the football club that are a lot more important than who the manager becomes. It's very easy to say, oh, this guy should become the manager, this guy should become... We all have our favorites. There are idiots like Selection in the chat who still believe De Zerbi is right for Liverpool Football Club, when clearly he isn't, you know? And even he, if he gets his De Zerbi, God forbid, he should also be able to ask for the managers, to actually have good players to work with. And this brings me now to the players that are going to leave this summer. We all know someone's leaving. Someone's leaving this summer. I believe one of the big players is leaving this summer. I don't know who. I genuinely don't know who. I'm not even doing the ITK thing. I genuinely just don't know who is going to leave this summer. We need to try our best. We need to try our best to convince our world-class players to stay at the football club. I just said world-class players and KG1 says Diaz. Does KG1 deserve a timeout for this comment? Be honest, chat. Does he deserve a timeout for me saying keep your world-class players? He mentions Diaz. Be real, chat. Shall I time him out? Do you deserve timeout, KG? Be honest. Do you deserve timeout? I want you to be honest about yourself. I said we need to keep our world-class players, and your first mention is Diaz, the same guy that cost us in the City game. Low-key, you deserve it, right, KG? I want KG to admit it. Okay, you didn't hear the world-class part. Fair enough. You didn't hear it. So I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. But we have 4 world-class players at Liverpool Football Club and 4 world-class players only. Mo Salah, Alisson, Virgil van Dijk, and Trent Alexander-Arnold. That is it. 4 world-class players. We need to keep these world-class players at the football club. Can I ask you guys a question? Why don't we learn from other people's both mistakes and correct decisions? Who was on yesterday's thumbnail for the Arsenal game? Let me see who the real ones are. Tell me right now, chat. Who was there on the watch-along thumbnail for Arsenal Porto? Who was there? Chat, who was there? Tell me. I'll wait on you guys to say something. Saka and who's the other guy? Pepe. How old is Pepe? 41 years old. He just played a game at the Emirates away in a Champions League knockout round, 120 minutes. We need to, I feel like FIFA has genuinely ruined and corrupted the minds of many people. Guys, when a player gets to 31, 32, please don't think the player is finished and must be sold. Let me check this right now. I swear Lewandowski scored yesterday for Barcelona. Let me just quickly Google it. Yeah, Lewandowski scored yesterday for Barcelona. We need to stop acting like as soon as a player hits a certain age, this is it. Get the guy out. He's finished. He's washed. Explain to me logically right now, what is stopping Mo Salah from playing at this level till he's 35? What is stopping Alisson from playing at this level till he's 37? What is stopping Virgil van Dijk from playing at this level till he's 35, 36? Let's be real, guys. There's sports science. There's sports science. There's ice baths. There's so much stuff that players do now that they didn't used to do back in the day, where players can actually physically keep playing. We need to keep a hold of our best players. And if we don't keep a hold of our best players, we need to get the best of the best. This is where now, I have to be honest. If you want to get rid of Mo Salah, if you want to get rid of Virgil van Dijk, you better sign a replacement that is at least on the cusp of getting to that direction. Think about it logically. Think about it logically. If you want to sell Virgil van Dijk, no problem. But let's go get the next best defender in the world that's about to make it to that level. I'll give you an example. If you are going to sell Virgil van Dijk, don't go sign Antonio Silva from Benfica and go like, here's an 18-year-old centre-back, deal with it. No. If you want to sell Virgil van Dijk, next step is to buy Araujo from Barcelona, as an example. Think about this logically. Buy Araujo from Barcelona. Buy like the guy that is ready to just explode to the next level. I'm talking about like buy a defender that's there, that's just gonna boom, smash it to the next level. Hello, Barcelona, you guys want Diaz? No problem. Send me Araujo back and you can have Diaz. Done. Problem solved. As an example, you know? So people need to think like, okay, we cannot sign the next Virgil van Dijk because he's the best, defender in the world. But at the same time, at least sign a center back that's just not that many levels below. My problem is, as a football club, why do we do either or? Is it just like an 18-year? Exactly, Andre. That's another example. Bastoni. Jules Koundé, another example. Koundé, Bastoni, Araujo. At least the guy that's like been there, done that, still at a young age, that's ready to make that step up. That's what I mean, guys. That's what I mean, guys. So this summer, if we sell Virgil van Dijk, don't get me Antonio. And look at this fraud right here. Oh, we need Chalobah if you need a replacement. You are such a fraud. You're such a fraud. Watch out. Hold that. You beat Newcastle. Hold that. Big up to Felipe who says Hussam is a fraud. Sell Salah. LFC is done. Oh, yeah. Sell Salah. Bro, you know what it is? I really feel like playing FIFA has actually corrupted people's minds. It genuinely has. Because as soon as a guy, has gotten to age 30, people think he's finished directly. Carefree Lewis is a bozo. He's a fraud. Thiago Silva, this season he's done, yeah? But 2 seasons ago, we were talking about him being the best centre-back in the world. He was 36. He was 36. He was 36. He was going to be the best. He was looked at as the best centre-back in the world. Remember 2 years ago when Carefree Lewis was doing Van Dijk versus Thiago Silva debates? He was 36 at the time. He was 37 at the time. So let's stop thinking that as soon as a player hits 30, he's done. No, just Tabang. I have no problem with Bastoni. As an example, Bastoni, I gave 3 examples, just Tabang. Don't be a fraud, please. I'm saying Araujo, Bastoni, centre-backs that are ready to make that next step. A guy who's there. A guy who's just like, okay, on the cusp. Because Sadio Mane was on the cusp when we first bought him. Mo Salah was on the cusp when we first bought him. So if you want to sell these world-class players, don't get me a bunch of kids in here and go like, oh my God, here you go. Here's 19-year-old Antonio Silva. Here's 20-year-old Inacio. Here's, 16-year-old random centre-back from Brazil. No. No. We need players who are on the cusp of making it to the next level. On the cusp, and this is it. And it's the same thing with Mo Salah. If you sell Mo Salah, let's say we all, inshallah, wake up happy, safe, and healthy in the summer. Hopefully he doesn't get sold. But as an example, let's say Mo Salah gets sold, right? If you sell Mo Salah as Liverpool Football Club, your next signing cannot be, as an example, Brennan Johnson, as an example. It cannot be someone who's so young and so inexperienced that it's going to take him 4 years to get to the next level. We cannot afford that time. We don't have that time. We can't afford that time. If you sell Mo Salah, the next guy that you buy needs to be a winger that is ready to make that elite step up. Don't tell anyone, but Vinicius Jr. as an example. Yeah, Mbappe is going to Madrid. Get me Vinicius. Get me Vinicius right now. Get me Vinicius. I need it. I need Vinicius. You can call me delusional all you want. If we're going to sell Mo Salah and Mbappe is going to Real Madrid, sign me Vinicius now. Vinny 2024 Liverpool Football Club. Why not? Why not? Why not? Give me a genuine, solid reason as to why we should not sign Vinny Jr. There's no reason. There's no reason. Rodrigo's more reasonable. Yeah, but I'm not a reasonable human being. Sometimes I want to dream big. Because if you dream big, if you want to be reasonable, Hussam from Jordan is never going to get 27,000 subscribers. If you want to dream big, random guy from Jordan called Hussam, who speaks English as his second language, who every time he speaks, there's sand coming out his mouth, has touched the heart of so many people around the world. Let's dream big, brother. Let's not sit up here and do this reasonable crap. Vinny Jr. Let's go. Let's do it. I'm here. I'm here for Vinny Jr. Just saying. Just saying. Big up Felipe, who actually gets what I'm saying, Salah out for 2 months, yet second in the top of the GA. Sell him. You know what's funny, Felipe? Mo Salah at a point in time last month went a whole month without playing a single Premier League game. He was the highest or second highest goal scorer. He was the highest assist maker. He was the biggest big chance creator in the entirety of the Premier League. Sell Mo Salah. Mo Salah's washed. I still remember the spaces with the frauds like ads and all the aesthetics merchants, all the Mane merchants who got dunked on, because Mane is not even a Nasser best player. He's not even the best player at a Nasser. We still look at Mo Salah and put him in team of the seasons, bro. That's the levels. That's the levels. That's why I would keep him personally. But I'm saying, if you do want to sell him, get me an equal replacement. There is no equal to Mo Salah because I believe he's the best winger / forward in the world, you know, alongside an Mbappe, fair enough. But I'm talking about players like who are ready, you know, like, you know, let me give you an example. Aaron is ready to make the step up to managing moderator. He's ready. He's on the cusp of making that step up. The worst thing I can do is take a random guy in the chat and make him managing moderator out of nowhere. He will not be able to replace the shoes of the guys who are there. But if I make Aaron managing moderator, he'll be able to make those decisions. Why? Because Aaron is on the cusp. Aaron's ready. You know, I know when someone's ready. So I'm just saying it from the perspective of, if you're ready, sign the player that's about to make the step up, bro. Don't sign me random kids. Please don't sign me random kids. I'm saying this right now. Antonio Silva cannot replace Virgil van Dijk. Pedro Neto cannot replace Mo Salah. We can't. We have to make a series because FSG could win us all back. Think about this logically. FSG could win us all back. We could all become FSGN. There is a world in which Hussam himself becomes FSGN, yes. Even though the guy that flew the planes over Anfield and stuff himself could become we could become FSGN. But at the same time, FSG need to be able to make these decisions to make us FSGN. You know? Imagine. You know, Mbappe speaks to Florentino Perez. He's like, you know what? This Vinicius thing ain't gonna work out. Hello? Vinny Jr., Liverpool Football Club, Mo Salah's leaving. Boom. That's different. Because all 320 of you in the chat, let me ask you a genuine question. If Salah walks out through the door, you're all devastated. I'm devastated just as much. I want to keep him. But then Vinicius walks in through the door and you're like, ooh, wait a minute. This might not be as bad as I thought. But if you sell Mo Salah and you bring me Jared Bowen, baby, no. Then I'm upset. Let's talk about, if you want to sell elite players, get players that are elite or get players that are on the cusp of becoming elite. Do not get me a kid. That's all I'm saying. Look at Chelsea as prime example. They sold all the good players and they got a bunch of kids. And now look at them. They're 11th, thinking that the manager is at fault. We got the general comment who says, I want Salah to stay, but I would sell if the price is equal or close to Coutinho. But this is my problem. This is the same thing that I said last summer comment. This is the same thing that I said last summer comment. Let's not be accountants. Let's look at football in general right now. Comment, this is where I will push back and I will give you a genuine response. Big up, Lewis. I'll give you a genuine response. Last summer, I said, guys, forget the money that Al Ittihad is offering us. Push the money to the side. Stop becoming an accountant. Become a Liverpool fan. You are a fan. Act like a fan. Forget the money. Let's talk logically. Who in world football is going to come into Liverpool and have as efficient, as great output, be as good as Mo Salah? Who? Because last summer, this was one of the responses. Let me tell you one of the responses. And, you know, big up. You know, I wish I could just talk to ads for 5 minutes because I've never seen a guy get more proven wrong on a player my whole life than the Mo Salah one. His logic is, we can't replace Mo Salah, but what we can do is we can wait on Diaz to step up. We can wait on Gakpo to step up, and they might replace Mo Salah together as a tandem. Everyone in the chat right now, who has been better this season? Diaz and Gakpo combined or Mo Salah alone? Tell me, who's better? Think about this logically. Would you rather have Diaz and Gakpo together in your team, or would you rather have Mo Salah in your team? Guys, wallahi, be logical, guys. Stop thinking that we can sign some random guys and they're just suddenly going to score 20 goals. Mo Salah has corrupted your minds. Mo Salah has been so good, he's corrupted your minds, that now we think that a winger getting 20, 30 goals is normal. When I was growing up, you can ask Lewis this, you can ask the older heads, Aaron in the chat this right now, and he'll vouch for me. If a winger got 10 goals, they were looked at as a goal-scoring winger. If a winger got 15 goals, they were looked at as, oh, this winger is so good. Imagine. If a winger 15 years ago, got 10, 11 goals. They were looked at as a goal-scoring, incredible winger. You can ask Aaron right now. But now Mo Salah comes in here and he scores 30 goals. You think this is normal? This ain't normal, bro. This ain't normal. Let's open up right now. Let's check the statistics. You get me? Let's check the statistics. Premier League, top players, goals. Let's share screen. You know, this is a solo stream. Someone was complaining there was a solo stream yesterday. Don't disrespect my legacy. I can keep the people entertained for 3 hours solo by myself if it need be. So, let me take you right now to the world. Here. Share screen. Goal scorers. Goal scorers this season. Let me zoom in a little bit. Here. No, wait. I zoomed into the wrong page. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. I zoomed into the wrong page. I zoomed into the streamy app instead of zooming into this. Okay. Tell me, guys, if it's clear for you, yeah? If it's clear for you on screen. Big up to you, General Comment. I'm addressing you. See how I'm addressing you genuinely right now. Look. Here. Haaland. Watkins. Salah. Bowen. Saka. Palmer. Trossard. Rashford. Actually, no. Let me not do Trossard because let's look at this logically here. 1 second. Out of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Out of the first 10, out of the 10 on this page, how many of them are wingers? Mo is a winger. Bowen is a winger. Saka is a winger. Phil Foden, I don't know if you could count him, you know. Obviously, and Palmer is a winger. And these wingers that we're talking about on the next pages have half the goals. So obviously we went back 2 pages earlier on, but let's just go back here one more time, right? The likes of Leandro Trossard and Marcus Rashford and Brian Mbeumo and other wingers on this list, Leon Bailey, they have half the goals. Leon Bailey, let's use Leon Bailey as an example so people don't get triggered, right? Leon Bailey. Here, Leon Bailey is having a people will say what? Leon Bailey are having a very good season. Are people not saying Leon Bailey is having a good season, chat? They are, right? Leon Bailey is on 8 Premier League goals. Now tell me, how can you replace 2025? Let's be logical. That's all I want from the chat. Let's all just be logical. Leon Bailey, people say he's having a good season. He only has 8 goals. That's it. Leon Bailey only has 8 goals. As an example. So Mo Salah has corrupted our minds to thinking players who score 30 goals or so, you know, are the only ones that are having good seasons. No, they're not. That's not what wingers are. That's why if I get rid of Mo Salah, the only way that I replace him is signing a clinical goal scorer or signing a winger who is at least on the cusp of getting to that level. There's a difference between, let me just put this entire conversation to a 1-statement summary. There's a difference between Mo Salah walking out through the door and Rodrigo or Vinicius walking in. And there's a difference between Mo Salah walking out through the door and Pedro Neto walking in. You know how managers have to plan for Mo. You know how many times have you seen Mo triple marked and double marked and all this? They ain't going to do this to Neto. How many times have you seen Virgil van Dijk pocket elite strikers? Bro, Antonio Silva ain't gonna do that. This is why I'm saying, if you want to sell players, my only problem is with you, General Comment, is push the accountancy to the side. Tell me who we're gonna sign as a replacement. If you tell me who the replacement is, I'll have a real conversation with you. But what you cannot do is tell me Neto, Bowen, and then expect me to go like, yes, let's get Neto and Bowen in to replace the best forward in the world. That's just not what's going to happen, okay? So let's talk about the replacements, not the money. Because you can't buy 30 GA a season. People need to understand, you cannot buy 30 GA a season. GA matters. GA matters. Players who can put the ball in the back of the net matters. Just look at the Luton away game. Look at the City game. If all the chances that Diaz had fell to Mo Salah, we win that game 4-1. We need goal scorers. That's why you all love Jota. That's why you all love Jota a lot more than you love Diaz. Why? Because Jota's clinical in front of goal. So forget the accountancy element. Let's talk about players who are going to replace him. Simple. So don't tell me I want to sell a player before you have a replacement ready. This is the only condition I have to anyone here. The only condition that I have to anyone here. You want to sell player, no problem. Everyone is sellable because Liverpool Football Club is bigger than everyone. No problem. You want to sell a player? Just give me a genuine replacement. Because you know what Liverpool will do? If we get that 140 million for Mo Salah, as you have stated, the Coutinho money, we're not going to go sign Vinny. We're not going to go sign Musiala. We're not going to go sign one of the best of the best. Are we going to call Barcelona and sign Pedri? No. Are we going to call Real Madrid and sign Vinicius? No. Are we going to sign Rodrigo? No. Are we going to sign Saliba? No. Are we going to sign Saka? No. Are we going to sign the best of the best youngsters? No. Who are we going to sign? We know our club. We know our club. So if I have a world-class player, I want to stick to him. I'm sorry. It's not about finances all the time. Big up, my brother. The performance against City was special. I know we didn't win, but imagine we play like that for the rest of the season. Number 20. Look, man. I've had enough of you, Tamang. I'm actually going to time you out for good reason because people know what I'm saying and you're just here saying Pedri's not a right winger. Pedri's an 8. Gavi's an 8. I know he's not a right winger. I'm just giving an example of bright young prospects who are on the cusp. You're so irritating sometimes, honestly. Don't come back to the stream. Go speak on Spaces. If we continue these performances to the end of the season, Ryan, and deliver results, then we'll 1 second. I hope you guys can hear me clearly. If we deliver results, it's more important than performances. If we do 10 games in a row of 1-0 stinkfests, I'm taking it. In the chat right now, spam the handshake emoji if you care about results more than performances, and you would take a 1-0 stinky win in every single game to the end of the season. Shake my hand right now. Shake my hand right now if you would take a 1-0 win in stinky style from now to the end of the season, because results matter more than performances. Performances don't matter anymore, Ray. Performances would have mattered in August, in November, in October. Performances don't matter anymore. March onwards, we need results. It's no longer about performances. Could not care less. See how many people are shaking my hand in the chat? Could not care less how we perform. I couldn't care less if we have one shot on target only and we win with 1 goal, 10 games. I'm taking it. I'm taking it. 10 games left. It's about winning. This is the simple. I would take even own goals. Shout out to DJ Brains. I agree with you. I'd take own goals. Simple as, bro. Simple as. And speaking of DJ Brains, shout out to my guy DJ Brains for the super chat, who says Barca want to sign Diaz, sell him to Barcelona, and buy Vinny. Imagine Vinny left winger, Jota striker, and Salah right winger. Salah needs a 3-year contract. I mean, you know, DJ, I would never sell Mo Salah. I would never sell Luis Diaz. I would never. Luis Diaz, I would never sell him. I think he's a fantastic player. I think Luis Diaz is unstoppable. I think Luis Diaz, you know, has the potential to become the best winger in world football. I would never. They said how much they're gonna offer. They said they're gonna offer 70 million for Luis Diaz. Oh, I'd never sell him. I'd never sell Luis Diaz. I'd never sell Luis Diaz. There you are. There you are. I would never sell Luis Diaz. Me selling Luis Diaz? Never. That's my favorite player, bro. I ain't ever selling that guy. I am never selling Luis Diaz. He's my favorite player at Liverpool Football Club. I think he's absolutely phenomenal. Selling Luis Diaz, that's never going to happen, DJ. Never going to happen. I want to keep him. I want to keep him at Liverpool. I want to keep Luis Diaz. Luisito. There you are. There you are. My Colombian winger. Man said 140 million. There you are.
Got him! Got him!
Sell Luis Diaz. Habibi, I would drive him to the airport. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Hey, hey, goodbye. I would love to sell him. I'm very with you. I'd sell him. People are talking about ridiculous price tags. 100 million for Luis Diaz, bro. I would send him to Barcelona so fast. That is a bigger scam job than Coutinho. That is a bigger scam job than Coutinho. 100 million. 100 million. 100. Is that what you're saying? 100. Are you mad? 100 million. I'm selling him so quick. If we got 100 million, I would call Barcelona and make sure they're not bluffing, bro. Man said 100 million. Bro, run me the money. Tell him to bring me my money because I'm ready. I'm ready for that 100 million. Yeah, we can't destroy a player's dream for playing for Barcelona. Fact. We can't destroy his dreams. If he wants to play to Barcelona, 100 million, hey, call me. Let's do some business. Or I have another offer for you. Let's do straight up trade. You take Luis Diaz, we get Pedri. Everyone's happy. Give me Pedri, you keep Luis Diaz. Done. Big up to DJ Brains as well, who's back with another super chat. Big up to you, DJ Habibi, who says, what does DJ say? Why is the second one not loading? There you are. There you are. Okay, let's try find the second one. Diaz on left wing haven't lived up to half of Mane's numbers. Brother, it is not even a Mane thing. He hasn't even lived up to Jared Bowen numbers. He hasn't even lived up to anyone numbers. It is not hatred. But at the end of the day, did Luis Diaz factually not cost us in the biggest game of the season? Let's be real. Let's be real. Manchester City at home, people want to talk about the referee this, referee that. For me, I'm sorry, you can shove your referee excuses. For me, the reason why we did not beat Manchester City is Luis Diaz missing chances, missing opportunities. And we have to be ruthless. We have to be ruthless. And if we can get a Musiala to replace Luis Diaz, if we can, get someone like a lot better to replace Luis Diaz, bro, Luis Diaz has 6 assists since he's become a Liverpool player. I'm sorry. Like, it is what it is. Big up to you, Habibi, DJ Brains. Big up to Jack Howe. Big up, Jackie, lad. People saying we scrape most games. Waffle, we only scraped 1 Prem game since 9th December, bro. Outside of that, we smashed everyone 3+ goals. You know what's funny, Jack? I tell you what's funny. Arsenal fans have been running this boring Liverpool are unsustainable gimmick. You cannot run an unsustainable gimmick in March, respectfully. If it's 30th March, you can no longer run the unsustainable gimmick. By definition, because it's March, we are sustainable. By definition, we're sustainable. People keep running this whole Liverpool are going to get found out. Liverpool are going to get found out. Liverpool will show their true colors once they face this, once they face that, blah, 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 blah. People are running the unsustainable gimmick. It is March. It is March. Nothing is unsustainable anymore. Pep Guardiola has fooled the whole world into thinking 4-3-3 and pass left and pass right is the only way to play football. That is not the only way to play football, man. And that's not the only way to play football. That is not the only way to play football, bro. It's not. You can play football a different style, We play football our way. We don't need to do pass left, pass right 500 times. This is the way that Liverpool play. Come on, man. Diaz's first season. Aya, love for the super chat. You've been supporting the channel for a long time. You're one of the OGs. You know how much love I got for my South African people as well. But where have you just farted this piece of information from? Isn't Diaz's first season. Bro, Diaz been here 3 years, brother. Brother, Diaz, we signed him January. We signed January 2021, brother. Where have you been? 2020, I think. 2021, sorry. Habibi, where have you been? Where have you been, yeah? Where have you been? It's his 3rd season, Aya. It's his 3rd season. Take this first. I don't know what the hell is something wrong. I have no words, man. I don't even... You have just silenced me with that. But Aya, bro, I don't know where you've been, bro. I don't know where you've been. That's worse than just tabbing. This is his 3rd season, Yeah, he was on the failed quad team, exactly. So, yeah. Unfortunately, this is the reality. Yeah, exactly. Diaz joined when Mane was at Liverpool. Mane moved on to Bayern. He then went to Al Nassr, and Diaz is still here. So, yeah. Is that actually the real Tom Little? Yes, that is the real Tom Little. Tom, where's the Amorim video, you fraud? So, by the way, make sure you guys are slapping the like button, subscribing. Big up to Aya, big up to Jack, big up to... Did you like the video, Tom? Big up to Brains, big up to Ryan, Comet, Felipe, JJ Ash. So for me, personally, I'd keep all our good players. I would keep Salah, I'd keep Van Dijk, I'd keep Alisson, I'd keep Trent. And by the way, with Alisson, let's just get something out of the way quickly. Alisson does have quite a few injuries in him. I think everyone here will happily say that because that's just the truth. However, goalkeepers, I feel like, could play till they're 38, 39, no problem. Like, I don't think Alisson has to retire next season. Alisson is a... Alisson could definitely stay till he's 38, let's be real. There's no agendas you can run, Tom. There's no agendas. Chat, shall I send Tom the link? How much to super chat Tom onto the stream? How much? Decide, chat. He's not worth much to me, so £5 and I'll get him on the stream. £5 super chat, I'll send the link to Tom. Clearly not a Liverpool supporter, been challenging for titles and touching out Champions League knockout stages. I know you're an Arsenal fan, Habibi. I know you're an Arsenal fan. Yeah, £5 super chat. Listen, he ain't worth much to me. £5 and I'm gonna get him on the stream. So Aya, first and foremost, I'm just messing with you, bro. I know you're a Arsenal fan, so don't worry about it. I know you're an Arsenal fan, Habibi. However, I'm just saying Diaz been here, bro. He been here, bro. He been here a long time, you know. But big up to you though, and congratulations as well. If you're an Arsenal fan, congratulations to you. You know, congratulations to you on the win. You know, so yeah, congratulations to you on the win. You guys, good luck to you in the next round as well. We'll see who you guys draw. But I was supporting Arsenal yesterday, and it's Arsenal. Arsenal FC, we're by far the greatest team. Damn, you guys don't even value Tom at £5? I thought that was going to be a quick one. Pearce. Starting 11 prediction for tomorrow, bro. Do you want what I would do, or do you want what Jurgen Klopp would do? Hughes. Because those are two completely different answers, Jack. Jack, it's up to you, Jack. Jack, it is up to you. Do you want me to tell you what I think Klopp will do? Hey, Tom, they couldn't even pay £5. Tom, they couldn't even pay £5 for you. Hey, I thought you have the streets. I was mistaken. £5 is all I said for Tom to join the stream, and you guys ain't even paid that. Hey, fair enough. Maybe people don't want to hear Tom. You know, people just want to hear Hussam. I get it. I'm the guy that speaks logic. You know, Tom is just the little mosquito on the side. Starting 11 for tomorrow. Do you want me to say what I would do or what I would do? What I would do, Jack. What I would do is Adrian, you know, Simicas, Nialo, Kwanzaa, Trey Nyoni. I would go in midfield, McConnell, Clark. Harvey Elliott deserves the rest, so I'm putting Gakpo, the fraud, in the midfield. I'm going front three. I'm putting Diaz in so he can actually learn how to score a couple of goals. I'm putting Salah in for fitness reasons. And striker, I'm going Jayden Dance. Listen, Dylan Dance deserves a chance. Yo, Tom, they just saved you. That's my lineup, Jack. Tom, they just saved you. Here. Happy? I'll send you the link, Tom. Come, let's just talk for half an hour, though. After half an hour, I will need to get your ass out of here. So you have half an hour. Where's Tom? Thomas Little. Tom, here. Link been sent. Big up to you, Josh. Shout out to you for the super chat. And actually, Jack, just before Josh sent it, says, get Tom in here, brother. Also, Klopp gonna put out a strong 11, and we know he will. And get 9-1. Yes, I actually think, listen, when you say what lineup would you do versus what lineup would Klopp do, what watch along? Inter Atleti? What lineup would I do? I think Jurgen Klopp is gonna go a lot stronger. I think Jurgen Klopp's going to go a lot stronger than the lineup I announced. I think he will. He keeps just being psychopathic with his lineup selections. I'm agreeing with you. By the way, was anyone else irritated against City when Klopp take off Nunez? Here, Tom's coming. Was anyone else like actually irritated? I was so pissed off when I saw Nunez off. When I saw Nunez get substituted out, I'm just Wisdom, you have never sent a super chat. Don't lie. Don't lie. You've never sent a super chat. So like I was so mad, Jack and everyone. I was so mad when I saw him off. Big up Joshi. You remember my words? I told you months ago. Kvaratskhelia is Liverpool's answer at wing. No, I don't think Kvaratskhelia is a Premier League winger. I really don't, bro. I really don't. I think we need more like direct wingers. You're an Arsenal fan. You know who would be perfect replacement? Martinelli. Boom. That's who I would get. Star boy. You know, star boy. Big up to you, Tom. Hi.
Hello, mate.
We got super chatted onto the stream by Josh and Jack. You know, shout out Josh.
Before we start anything, stop calling Jaden Dance Dylan Dance.
I didn't. I said Jaden Dance.
No. You called him Dylan again. No.
Go on, Tom. It makes these backs and potions like Werner, Lena. Go on, Tom. Go on.
No.
Go on, Tom.
No.
Go on, Tom. Why? You want to rap for the people? The same people who super chatted you in here?
No, I'm not going to rap for the people.
I heard him saying that he said, I was surprised for going in. He's incredible boy. Wonderful. I'm not sure. I don't hear that, but people told me that the crowd was already singing his name. It's just great.
Jürgen, mate, I love you, but it's time to go. Got to mix these packs and potions. No peace till I put a sim in a burner. I'm on a block like Werner, back road Laker, fully paid bro. I'm an earner. If I pass, I'm a head top turner. Them elders are washed like Sammy Kadira, and they should start calling me uncle because when I speak on these beats, they get murdered. Bam, 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 bam.
Welcome, Tom. Welcome. Before we get to the discussion, let me just run through the super chats quickly, and then we'll get to the discussion because I want to talk to you as well about the manager stuff. Well, because I actually spent a lot of the time talking about the players because people think like.
I mean, I think there's some interesting stuff about the play. I mean, I don't know if you've seen the Diaz stuff today about PSG wanting them.
I would never sell Diaz. Me? I would never sell Diaz ever. I'd never sell that guy.
Look, I wouldn't be shocked if we got a big money off for him. I wouldn't be shocked if he went, but I think you'd be shocked by the name that I think we'd want to bring in.
Pedro Neto, I know already.
I don't think that's who Edwards would go for, and Richard Hughes would go for. I think they go for. I think they go for the lad from Brighton. What's his name? Not Matoma.
Adingra.
That fella. That Adingra fella. He tore us apart when we played them. He was boss at AFCON. And even when they lost 4-0 to Roma, he was their only good player. He just reminds me so much of the early version of Sadio Mane. He's got the same.
I wouldn't mind the Adingra, I'll be honest with you, but I'd prefer a more refined player, you know. So that's what I'd say. Let me just run to the super chat quickly before I get your opinions on a couple of things, because I think me and you will actually agree on a lot. Because I was talking about replacements and players and stuff and managers. People expect us to know exactly who we're going to sign now when we don't even know who exactly the manager is going to be.
We don't even know what formation we're going to play next year. So we don't know.
Bro, it's not just formation. We don't know anything. We literally don't even know anything yet. Who's going to be the manager will change everything as well. Because like he has to not necessarily co-sign, but he has to as well get his like say. He has to like say like I want this guy, I don't want that guy, etc., etc., etc. These are the things that, you know, obviously we'll only find out when we know who the manager is, bro. So this is the thing that just makes no sense to me. Anyway, big up to my guy Don Carlito, who says something no one says: Macca's our Genie replacement. The level of disrespect to the great Alexis McAllister to call him the Genie replacement is so disrespectful. So disrespectful, Carlito. Before beyond you can even imagine, because I think already McAllister is playing at a best in the league level. Like, I'm being serious. Like, he's in that upper echelon right now. Man, I agree. Big up to you though, Don. Man, I agree. I know we're tying the game, but when he took off Nunes, I agree we stopped being vertical and the running chances became less dangerous. This is the thing, like, listen, Jurgen Klopp is susceptible to criticism, you know. He's not like the Messiah. You can criticize people. And for me personally, I'm looking at Jurgen Klopp and I'm sorry, that substitution where he took off, what's his name? He took off Nunez. I did not like that substitution at all. I'm sorry, I didn't. Because all our threat went, and he brought on that coward Gakpo as well. So, yeah, I didn't like that substitution. Thoughts on Szoboszlai? I've said he's been for months. I'm worried about him. I legit think we can win all trophies, 4 trophies this season. But why? He says
First of all, Ryan, you said at the start of the season McAllister was crap and a fraud and overrated. Endo was a crap and a fraud and overrated. Gravenberch is the best midfielder on ability at the football club and Szoboszlai's boss. Now in January,
I remember that
Gravenberch is overrated.
Well.
Gravenberch is overrated. Szoboszlai's crap. McAllister's boss and you never doused him, and Endo's boss and you never doused him. How can you go 0 for 4?
That's actually true. Even Tom will get some right. I'll get some right. You will never get some right. You actually said Gravenberch is the best based on ability. The level of disrespect to Alexis McAllister. Based on ability, McAllister wipes the floor with all of them. Ability-wise, because he just has everything.
I've never got the whole based on ability shout anyway. Ability is only relevant if you've got mentality.
That's true. That's true. I don't know why. Listen, I feel like Szoboszlai is getting a bit too much hate for my liking. I don't think he's just been as bad as people make out.
I don't know. There's some parts of his game recently which have been annoying, i.e., the fact that he seems to put a lot more of his passes behind the player than in front of the player, so that slows down attacks. But he still does a lot of work which goes under the radar. I just think because he was the one that started the best, McAllister needed a bit of time to get going. Szoboszlai was just starts like a house on fire. Everyone expected him to maintain that level. That was never going to happen. Szoboszlai still does a lot of work for that team, and I'd argue that when Szoboszlai plays, it gives that likes of McAllister and Endo a little bit more license and a little bit more freedom to perform at their best because they know they don't have to carry another midfielder through.
No, but do you think Szoboszlai has been harshly criticized though, on a real like?
Yeah, I think that because he had such a good start, everyone's put that as a base level for him, which I don't think is fair. Has he been as good as he was at the start? No. Or has he still been good? Yeah. I still think he's been good. He's still a threat in the attack. He drives us forward really well. He does his defensive work. I think people look at what we thought we were gonna get, and we didn't get that. We've got someone else, but what we've got out of him now has been really good and really important.
I think what Szoboszlai offers us in terms of work rate, so I feel like goes under the radar too much for my liking. I feel like I feel like we cannot also act like Szoboszlai just doesn't do anything. Like I dislike that because
it's also very harsh for him when you look at the position that he's playing in and the side, especially. He's always going to be the third option on that side.
I'm trying to find which game he didn't play. What was the game he didn't play? There was one game he didn't play, and we looked so crap in midfield. Was it Arsenal away?
Arsenal away. We just looked.
We needed someone like Szoboszlai so badly that game. Like, you know,
Arsenal away was when Trent was struggling with his injury, and we played Gravenberch and Gakpo on the same right hand side, and Arsenal just spent 90 minutes attacking down that side. And Gravenberch wasn't getting back to defend, and Gakpo wasn't getting back to defend, and Trent was just so leggy that when you look at Szoboszlai, you needed what he gives you.
That's another reason why me and Tom can't say too much on players this summer. What if a manager comes in and Gravenberch is his prototype of midfielder? Like, you see, this is why all this, like, the manager matters, bro. We cannot. You want us to speculate and create false scenarios?
The only thing I can tell you for sure is what I would do if I was the manager. I can't tell you what I think whoever's going to do because we don't know if they're going to change system, if they're going to try and, stick by what they've got. Who knows? We'll find out a bit closer to the time. I mean, I don't know when this new manager is going to be announced, to be honest. I think it'll be... I don't know if we're going to try and announce it before the end of the season or a couple of days after Klopp goes. I think the timing of the announcement is going to be important as well. So it's an interesting thing to look forward to. Really is, but yeah, I think a lot of the Szoboszlai criticism has been a little bit harsh. I think he is still a very important piece to that midfield. And just going on the basis of how Alonso was played this year, Szoboszlai probably wouldn't be in the same position that he is now. Because if you look at Alonso, he plays 2 defensive midfielders and 2 attacking midfielders. Szoboszlai would go in the attacking midfield rather than the defensive midfield, where I think Maka would probably sit in the defensive midfield area. So I think that's something to be considered as well.
Probably need a DM. You know how mad that sounds?
I think it depends on maybe. I think the thing to note is that none of the managers that we're looking at play with 2 DMs. So Endo is probably still going to stay. Bajcetic is going to come back into the fold.
And Endo doesn't have a legs problem because no one's known about him for 10 years. So it's not like
Endo's still got a lot of time.
5,000 games like Fabinho or something.
And Endo's still got a lot of time to come to perform for us. I think you got to consider Bajcetic coming back. McAllister as well can do a job in there if needs be, but it won't be a long-term one. And then the other ones, they don't play 2 DMs, so you could afford to put Curtis Jones alongside. Or should they decide to start working harder, Gravenberch alongside a more defensive midfielder, and then you'll have the balance right. So it's an interesting one. Like we said, we don't know who's coming in, so it's hard to say. But the DM side of things is probably one of the lower priority targets, I reckon.
What do you want in the quarterfinal of the Europa?
Let me have a look at the results so far, because I only remember.
It's such an important competition. You don't even know the results.
Yeah.
There you are.
Give me.
But you know everyone who won in the UCL.
I
who won, Bayern or Lazio?
I don't know. I know Lazio will win in the first leg.
I
know Lazio will win in the first leg. I don't know who won the second leg. I assume Bayern.
Otherwise, the biggest liar. You can't even lie with a straight face. But carry on. Anyway,
I can tell you who I think have went through. So I know Arsenal went through. I know City went through. I know Real Madrid went through. I know Inter Milan have went through. I know.
Inter
so I thought Inter played last week.
Yeah, they did. They beat Atletico 1-0. Forget it anyway. Who do you want in the Europa?
Just looking at the results, probably Freiburg if they beat West Ham today or tomorrow. But there's not really an easy tie in there. You know, you've got Roma, who are a good side. We should beat them, but they're a good side. Leverkusen, whoever wins out of Atalanta and Sporting, the winner of West Ham Freiburg, Marseille, AC Milan, and the winner of Benfica Rangers. If Rangers win, I'll take Rangers, obviously. But do I think that's going to happen? Probably not. So out of that, I just take Freiburg.
Tom, once you did that rap, it was over for you, lol. But welcome to the stream, says Ed. Hey, people are more worried. People aren't worried about me, by the way. They're worried about Vel. The fact that Vel exists in this chat, that's the thing that pisses them off. Because the fact that Vel is ruthless, bro. This Vel clipped me up. Like, imagine the same guy that switches his lights on. He clipped me up. Imagine. That's your
good lad, Vel. Good lad. No one's safe.
Yeah, now it's good lad. But when it was the Bradley rap, it wasn't good lad. Big up to Ryan. Machin and
by the way, can I just say, someone's mentioned in the comments, I'm fucked if we draw Sporting. I am royally fucked if we draw Sporting.
Why? You would want Amorim to win?
Because I just know I'm going to get it double barreled from everyone. Everyone. If we win or if we lose, there's no escape for me.
If we beat 5-0, we're going to talk about Amorim. If we win 5-0. And if we lose, you're going to get it regardless. Just because, because you're a Liverpool fan. Machin and Endo struggled at first, but they've been exceptional over the last 3 months. Szoboszlai, since the Forest game has been awful. Keita is clear. Since the Forest game was last week. Since the Forest game, why you act like there's so many games?
He's on about the Forest home game where he got 2 assists. So after that game
I wasn't poor in that game.
So after that game, we drew 1-1 with Luton. Then we beat Brentford 3-0. We drew 1-1 with City. We beat Fulham 4-3. He scored against Sheffield United in a 2-0 win. Against Crystal Palace, he started. 2-1 win. 0-0 against United. Scored against West Ham in the Cup. 1-1 against Arsenal. And that was when he got injured. in the 1-1 against
By the
Arsenal.
way, the 1-1 against Arsenal compared to the game that happened at the Emirates shows the difference with him on the pitch versus him or not on the pitch. Shows the difference between a Gravenberch and a Szoboszlai. In the game, you know, in the game, in the game, what's it called? In the game against Arsenal at home, we still had plenty of opportunities to win, to score the goals. You know, the Trent one, the multiple chances we had. You know, but the fact that the game after Gravenberch played away and we sucked tells you all you need to know, brother. Like, we need respect Gravenberch. How about you respect Szoboszlai? How about you respect McAllister? How about you respect Endo before you ask me to respect Gravenberch? He's so crap, bro. Sam, if Alonso comes, which players from Leverkusen would you take from that team? Not asking Tom, since I know he knows none of them. Love the show.
I guarantee I could name more Leverkusen players than Hassam.
No, you can't.
Guaranteed.
No, you can't.
Guaranteed. 100% I can. 100% I
no,
can.
You can't. How many you
100%.
can name in 30 seconds?
I guarantee I can name the full starting 11.
Bro, the full starting 11, everyone knows it, man.
Okay, then. So how many do you think you can name in 30 seconds?
The starting 11, I know them.
No, so if you... I'm going to say 11. How many do you think you could name in 30 seconds more than me?
I could probably name...
Don't be Googling over there. Don't be Googling
I'm not
over
Googling.
there. I heard that mouse click. I heard that mouse click.
I'm not clicking. I'm not clicking here, huh? I'm not clicking anything. I could probably name 11 as well.
You can't. No, you gotta either name more or tell me to name them.
I
That's how
cannot
lies
name.
work.
I think you can. You probably could name more.
Okay then.
How many can
so
you
we've
name?
established it. I reckon I could name 15.
You know, there's only one obvious answer to this question, though. If Robertson is going, sign Grimaldo.
I don't know if to be honest, Grimaldo. How old's Grimaldo now?
I have no idea. Let's check.
I think he's like 29, you know, 28, 29.
I've liked Hincape from time, to be fair.
Plus Grimaldo.
Oh, Grimaldo's actually old.
Yeah,
Dang.
Grimaldo ain't this like 22-year-old. Grimaldo's.
Oh, I've been thinking he's young this whole time. Thank God we have reached.
No, Grimaldo's older.
I would sign probably Hincape. Well, that's the one guy I've been wanting for a while, to be honest. Hincape is definitely one of the guys that I've been wanting for a while.
You're gonna need to buy a left-footed centre back probably. So that would be
the
Hincape.
So overrated, by the way. Florian.
I quite like him. I think that he's benefited massively from Alonso's system, but I think he's a good little player. I just think he's going to cost a lot of money because he's young. I do think, though, we are going to shop at both Leverkusen and Sporting, regardless of who comes in this summer, though, because a lot of their players fit the profiles that we want. Although I wouldn't be shocked to see us go to Bournemouth as well a little bit because of the new Sporting.
Is it just me, or does he remind me of Havertz as well, first?
No, he doesn't remind me of Havertz. Wirtz is a lot more...
He plays in the same position as well. He has similar numbers.
Yeah, but Wirtz does it in a different way. So Havertz relied a little bit more on his stature. Havertz scored a lot more headers. Havertz, was a bit more of a striker than Wirtz is. Wirtz is very much off the shoulder of the striker. I think he's been better than Kai Havertz was at Leverkusen. So I wouldn't say the same player, really.
Fairs.
Honestly speaking, if Alonso came, I know it's not going to happen because we've got better players, but if Alonso was going to stay at Leverkusen for another year, he should go get Pedro Gonçalves from Sporting and put him and Wirtz together. That would be the naughtiest double 10 combination going. That would be so ridiculously good.
Big up, everyone. It's time for FSG to shut everyone down who downs them, including me. My wish list for the summer is Pacho, Varela, and Musiala Simmons. I'm going to talk about it now. Make sure you guys are hitting the like button. Make sure you guys are subscribing before we just move on because, me and Tom, obviously, we're having a lot more civil conversations since my patience is no longer tested. I am not smoking. I'm not drinking. I'm not eating. So, I'm more worried about the food that's getting cooked than anything else right now. So I'm just like, oxygen, just relaxed and all that. So, Tom, obviously we spoke. I don't know if you got the part where I was talking about the players and how, it's not just... Okay, let me just tell you the basis so you can come in. I said with Michael Edwards, It's not just him coming in and that's it, problem solved. We need to make a series of right decisions after that, including hiring a correct manager, including making 3-4 correct transfers in order to elevate Liverpool Football Club, or at least keep us at the same level. We cannot do a United, we cannot do an Arsenal, we cannot do a clubs that just get rid of their historic manager and just fall off. So we need to sign players and we need to get the correct manager in. So Edwards is only the first step. So what do you make of the whole Edwards situation before we get to the manager thing?
Yeah, I think it's a good appointment. I think it's a lot more of an FSG appointment than a Liverpool appointment. That needs to be said. I think it could have some very interesting ramifications for Liverpool, especially depending on the second club that they go and buy. Because I think that could lead to us trying to do very much what City are doing, where they buy some young talents that they can't really fit in at Liverpool and just send them over there for a little bit. But it's, I think I've said it since the news was sort of coming around. It's a stable appointment ahead of the biggest period of uncertainty in the football club, and it was what we needed. He's very respected in the industry. He's turned down a lot of big offers from other clubs to come back. So that's a real positive to take from it. He's going to have a different role than what he had, but I still think he is going to play a part in the success of the football club. And he's got a big job coming up in terms of his appointments. So obviously we know Richard Hughes is going to come in and he's respected in the industry, but the managerial one's going to be a big one. Is he going to go for Alonso or is he going to go for Amorim? They're the only two I see him going for. Maybe a Nagelsmann, but I don't really see how Nagelsmann jumps the other two in terms of, you know, stats and attractiveness and fit for the project. So I really do think it's just between Alonso and Amorim.
You know, you're here to answer hard-hitting questions, right?
Mm-hmm.
We all know Alonso Amorim. Everyone in the chat knows Alonso Amorim. But let's exist in the worst-case scenario world, Tom.
What, where both of them turn us down?
Yes, let's say Amorim says, I want to stay at Sporting Lisbon. Alonso says, I want to stay at Leverkusen. What do you do then? Chat, let us know what you would do as well. Tell me now. See, now you're done. Now you're done out here. Tell me what you would do.
I'd probably have to settle for Nagelsmann because I'm not messing with the Xabi. I'm not going near the Xabi.
Hold that selection.
I'm not going near the Thomas Frank type. I think Hansi Flick's. I've got me issues with Hansi Flick. I don't think he's that fantastic a manager per se.
Look at him. Look at him directly.
So I'd probably have to go for Nagelsmann. That's the one I'll go for. Yeah, I don't really think there's anyone else as a real option. It's Nagelsmann or bust at that point. Because I'm seeing like there's Roger Schmidt. Yeah, he's doing decent at Benfica, but Amorim's a better manager. The Inzaghi, I just don't think Inzaghi. It'd be a step up for him, but are we
now you're
pay
talking.
the money?
That's the
are
third
we
guy.
are we going to pay the money to get Inzaghi away? That's
no,
the
but
thing.
Tom, you know that's the third
I worry about
deep down. Number 3, me and you listen. I want Amorim, no problem. But you're saying
he's the third best option, but I don't think he'd be Liverpool's third choice.
I'm just
look at selection. Ask him what the issue is with the Xabi. Let's look at why would I want a man who's lost 4-0 to Luton this season and 4-0 in the Europa League this season? Why would I want that man? Why would I want a man who has ultimately done very little different to what Graham Potter done at Chelsea, at Brighton? Sorry, before he went to Chelsea. Why? How would that be a step forward for this football club? It wouldn't. It just wouldn't. So no, I don't want him. He can take his fancy little positionless football and move on.
Positionless football. Are you really that against the Xabi?
Oh, mate, I genuinely... If you were to ask me, Premier League managers I'd rather have over the Xabi, I'd take Gary O'Neill.
Oh, my God.
I'd take Gary O'Neill over the Xabi.
I agree.
I think he's a better manager. In fact, let me pull up the Premier League table. Just so I can see all the teams, so I can go off the managers. Arteta's better. Pep's better. Klopp's better. Unai Emery's better. Postecoglou's better. Ten Hag is probably as bad.
There you are.
Moyes
There you are.
probably.
There you are.
Moyes is probably as bad.
There you are. You just done the heel turn on Tom's selection. You know you've been his bestie for the last like
Who else
2
is there?
years.
Gary O'Neill's better. Eddie Howe's better.
Eddie Howe is not better. I'm sorry. Now you're doing too
Eddie
much.
Howe's slightly better. He's
Ten
slightly
Hag
better.
is not on his level either. Let's not do this.
Pochettino could be
Pochettino is
better.
definitely better.
He could be
Pochettino is
better. Marco Silva's about the same level. I think Iraiola's better. Oliver Glasner, we haven't seen enough of, but he won a Europa League with Eintracht Frankfurt, which De Zerbi's never going to do. So he's better. Thomas Frank's better.
Who did you say? Say that name again.
Oliver Glasner, he's the new Palace manager.
Oh, Glasnick. I never heard of that.
Glasner.
Glasnick. Okay, never heard of
him. Thomas Frank's better. Sean Dyche is better. Nuno's worse. Rob Edwards is probably just about as good because what he's doing with that Luton team is quite impressive. And Vincent Kompany and Chris Wilder can fuck off back to the Championship. They're worse than him.
I've always said my problem with this whole De Zerbi thing is he's become the new flavor of the month. And you know what I find funny? All I'm saying is as follows. There is no difference between Roberto De Zerbi and Brendan Rodgers. Think about it.
Brendan Rodgers had the worst team.
Good football. The be all and end all is a good football, right? Why don't we get Rodgers in then?
Brendan Rodgers had the worst team and he achieved better. And
Brendan Rodgers won trophies with said worst team, aka finished, won the FA Cup.
I need to check if this is right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Brighton went on like multiple runs this season where they won like 1 in 7.
Of course, I would take Pochettino over De Zerbi.
That's horrendous.
Bro,
the man who's won. Right, let's get this straight. Roberto De Zerbi's won 1 of his last 5 games. In that time, he played Forest, which was his win, Roma, Fulham, Wolves, and Everton. He scored 2 goals. He scored 2 goals in his last 5 games. He scored 2. Horrendous. Plus, he's a man who thinks...
Ten Hag, though. I feel like that's where you lost me. You said Ten Hag, you lost me.
I said Ten Hag's about the same level as him. Just Ten Hag... They both have the same flaws. They have the same flaws. They have the same. I'd take De Zerbi over him, but in terms of ability wise, they have the same flaws. I just think Ten Hag's is a lot more pronounced. He's at United.
Let me.
No. Mind you, he replaced Klopp at Mainz. He replaced Klopp at Dortmund. He's going to replace Klopp at Liverpool.
Don't even try put that energy out there. Don't. I'm making an announcement right here, right now, March 13th, 2024. If Thomas Tuchel becomes Liverpool manager, I am Tuchel out. The moment he walks in through the door, I am Tuchel out. I am not giving him a chance. You guys give him a chance. You guys give all the chances you want. I'll become like Lewis. I will call out I will nitpick every single thing that the manager has done wrong. I will call out every single wrong substitution, every single wrong. I wouldn't want Tuchel whatsoever. I'll be real with you. All this Tuchel crap. Nah, you can. And this is why earlier on, you see how my point got
Tuchel, if Tuchel came in, we could win 5-1 and Hassan would focus on the goal we conceded rather than the 5 we scored.
We conceded that goal. It was a horrible goal because you know what's funny? This actually proves my point from the start of the stream. Chat. This proves my point from the start of the stream. What did I tell you? Getting Edwards in is beautiful, but it's about the steps after that take us to the success. Speaking of, Tom, Amorim, Alonso, since we already know your pro Amorim stance, we're just waiting on the video that will drop in 2028 by the time you make it.
Well, I actually had it halfway edited and then it corrupted, and I'm trying to figure out how to uncorrupt it because it took a lot of time to edit that fucking video.
Wow. Talk to me about Alonso, because we already know, obviously, Amorim, your thoughts on him and all that. The Alonso, why wouldn't you be mad and upset if we get Alonso?
He's the safe option. He's had a very good season, no doubt about that. I mean, he's the only unbeaten manager in Europe right now. That does carry a fair amount of weight. They're showing good resiliency, and they're gonna win a double this season at least because I don't know if you've seen the DFB Pokal. They are the only Bundesliga side left in the tournament. There are 2 second division sides and a 3rd division side in the semi-finals alongside Leverkusen. So they're going to win the DFB Pokal and they're going to win the league. And they're probably going to reach the semi-finals minimum of the Europa League.
No, don't say it so certainly, though, because they are Neverkusen after all.
That's why I said that they're not losing that many games in the league. Alonso won't let that happen. He's a very good manager.
I want Leverkusen to win the league title. I want them to win the league title. Tom, can I ask you a question, by the way? Do you actually believe if Bayern come in for Xabi, he would go there?
No, not unless they not because it's not a forward step in his career. He's dealt with that league. What's he doing now? He's shown he can do it in an easier situation. It's not a forward step. They're not the best place to win the Champions League. The club isn't the best for the type of manager he is. A manager who likes to be there for a while and build something up. That Bayern notoriously don't hold on to managers very long. And I just don't think it's a forward step in his career.
I don't know how people aren't understanding this.
The only way I could see him joining Bayern.
He's gonna go to Bayern like it adds anything to his CV anyway. You know what adds to his CV at Bayern? There is one thing I'll concede: winning the Champions League at Bayern, fairs. That's like one thing that could take him to the next level. But if he goes and then he wins the Bundesliga again at Bayern, be like, okay, mate, you want it at level.
Well done. You've done it in an easier situation.
It's like you know when you play Call of Duty, what's like the final difficulty? Like legendary,
recruits.
Like you do the.
He's done it on legendary. Now he's done it on recruits.
And now you do it on recruit. Like, okay, bro, congratulations, you've done it on legendary. Who cares what recruit difficulty? Bro?
The only thing I'll say is there are 2 situations I see him taking the Bayern job. Either he wants to stay in Germany but wants a chance to win the Champions League, and that'll be family reasons why he wants to stay in Germany, or they basically just give him Simeone type wages and make him the highest paid manager in the world. And at that point, I'd sort of go, fair enough, lad. At that point, you know what? Go for it. Take the bag, become the highest paid manager in the world. I can't knock you for that. They're the only 2 scenarios. I don't see why else he would turn us down, per se. Or not turn us down, per se, but take the Bayern job.
There's only one club that can take Xabi Alonso from us. Me and you agreed on Real Madrid.
Madrid.
Yeah, that's it. I agree.
I don't think he's going to go to...
conceding that Madrid could take a manager from us. That's not that deep, to be honest with you.
It's annoying because Madrid have just fucking done all the bad things for us recently. But yeah, they are a bigger club and they're always going to be a bigger club. But the thing is they're not going to get rid of Ancelotti yet, are they? Yeah.
It depends because I think by the way, I think it would actually be wrong for Alonso to go manage Real Madrid now because of the Mbappe thing. I don't think he'd be able to handle all these players.
No, he'd be able to. He's a good manager like that. I don't think there's ever a wrong time to manage Madrid.
Would Amorim be able to handle Real Madrid? Say it honestly.
Yeah, Amorim would be able to handle Madrid.
Such a lie. You can't even say that with a straight face. You know he would get walked all over in Real Madrid.
No,
you know that.
I don't like this notion that when a manager comes in, the players just go, oh, well, he's not doing anything, so I'm never going to play. They're going to do a lot of training sessions together. There's going to be a lot of meetings. These managers have a lot of time to win these players over. They're not going to instantly just go, oh, he's shit, I don't want him. These managers can win these players over quite quickly, especially when they have promising ideas and, you know, do some good things about it. So I wouldn't be shocked. I really wouldn't be shocked.
I wouldn't sell Luis Diaz. That's a guy I want to keep. That's my winger right there. Sell Luis Diaz? Are you mad? I'd love to keep him. I'd love to keep him at football club. Please give Diaz a contract extension. Please give him a contract extension, Luis. You get me something, Luis Diaz.
I have always said.
So quick.
80 million plus. That's what I want. 80 million plus.
Brother, if they give me 50, I'm selling right now. Really.
I'm not taking a loss on Luis Diaz.
Hey, we've already lost. We've already lost beyond we can lose anymore. If Ryan can say it, I will. Name one big game Szoboszlai showed up for. Him versus Arsenal home was a disgusting performance, by the way. I don't think it was disgusting.
So, you know, against Chelsea at home where he scored, that was a big game which he turned up in. The derby at home, pretty big game he turned up in. Chelsea away, first game of the season, probably the best player on the pitch. Pretty big game he turned up in. Newcastle away, down to 10 men. Man of the match. Pretty big game he turned up in. Because Newcastle were expected to be better than us this season. People seem to forget the narrative going into that game.
Yes, people. If you think we forgot, we did not forget. Tom, were you there on the summer spaces? Oh, by the way, we have to be worried about Newcastle. That's one thing Tom will give me credit for right now. I called BS from day one. I said Newcastle ain't going to be on nothing this season. I said it. And you see, people like, bro, I know listen, I have strong opinions. Tom has strong opinions. That's why we're both successful in this industry. Because we have strong opinions, and sometimes strong opinions come back to bite you in your a-hole. But the reality is sometimes you better have strong opinions and just be weak. You know how many people in the summer where they're like, Newcastle are going to get top 4. They just signed Sandro Tonali. And I'm like, okay, when Newcastle go down the sewage pipe, I don't want you talking. And now you see.
I think what's mad is that were like Newcastle above us. There was United, they're going to finish above us. There was Liverpool aren't even going to get top 6. The transfer team made out very good. You sitting there going, it's mental, that.
Yeah.
People are always going to be right back up there.
Can't believe people done that much Newcastle plop in the summer. It's so disgusting as well. My shopping list for a club is a new left back, a new right back, a right winger, a left winger, at least a new goalkeeper, centre back, and goalkeeper will be next. Do you think we're going to sell Salah this summer, by the way? Because many people have been banging on this.
It comes down to, is he going to sign a new deal? I think he will do. If he doesn't, he goes, because we can't afford to lose him on a free. But I think we could get him to sign a new deal. I don't see why he would leave.
No, but why is it that as people saw Edwards hiring, they immediately think Salah going to get...
because they think Edwards doesn't give contracts to people over the age of 30. Edwards gives players contracts over the age of 30, hence why fucking Milner got like 3 off him.
Yeah.
It's all about performance levels. Do you think he's going to walk in, see Virgil van Dijk win PFA Player of the Year and go, no, you're over 30, so I'm not going to give you a new contract? Do you think he's going to walk in and see Salah hitting 20 goals for the 7th consecutive season and go, nah, you're over 30, no, fuck a new deal for you, get going?
He might just be a bit more smart with it, like give them a 1 year or a 2 year. That doesn't mean he wouldn't sign them at all, though. He wouldn't give them a contract at all, though. That's different.
He's a very smart man. Edwards is a very smart man. He's got a lot of data behind it, so I trust what he'll do.
Your thoughts? This has been something that's been brought up a lot lately as well with this Ainge guy.
I like him as a manager. I like him as a gaffer. So, but he's not going to come to us. I do have some issues, i.e., fucking suicidal high line. But he's a good manager. He is a good manager. He'd be like 5th choice. And let's keep it real, people. If he's at Tottenham and Liverpool Football Club go knocking on his door, do you think he's going to go, nah, sorry, mate, I'm quite happy at Tottenham? No, he's getting on that first train or that first fucking plane over to Liverpool.
I'm not. I don't like Ainge. I really don't like Ainge. I'd give him a chance and stuff. I just think he's very cringy. I don't like his press conferences. I don't like his suicidal high line. I mean, we play a high line. That doesn't mean we just implement it.
And Joe De Zerbi. Gun to your head, one's got to manage Liverpool and Joe De Zerbi.
Oh, for me, I think Ange or De Zerbi is very unfair to Ange. Like, for me, De Zerbi is the absolute cesspit bottom decision for me.
Thank you.
De Zerbi, De Zerbi I'd compare to like Thomas Frank. De Zerbi I'd compare to like the ugliest duckling in the pond. I would not compare to the best ones, look, Xabi Alonso, Amorim, Zinedine Zidane, Simone Inzaghi, Thomas, what's his name? Not Thomas Frank. What's his name? Thomas Flick. All these guys, we'd be
Flick.
Hansi Flick. We'd all be, we prefer the other guy, but these guys are fine. But if we get De Zerbi, I'd be De Zerbi out straight away. That
I think there's a lot to like about Postecoglou, but I don't think he's one of the top options. So, yeah.
Tom started to get me hyped on Amorim until he said he could be the best manager in the world. You always have to take things too far, silly boy. Your response to Ray.
You asked me in the DMs, what do I think Amorim could achieve at Liverpool, and I said he could become the best manager in the world. I don't see how that's a wild statement. If Liverpool win the Champions League, he's arguably the best manager in the world. Hence why Jurgen Klopp, when he won the Champions League, was regarded as the best manager in the world. They'd be operating under similar constraints. FSG aren't going to change their ways. So if he was to start winning consistently at Liverpool, he would be in the conversation for best manager in the world. Would he not? So that was my point. You asked me what his potential could be. I said Amorim could become the best manager in the world.
Amorim could definitely become the best manager in the world. He definitely could become the best manager in the world.
Same way Alonso could. I'm not saying this just about Amorim. If Alonso came to Liverpool, he could also become the best manager in the world.
He could. Bro, you know what it is, bro? Liverpool Football Club, make no mistake. If we are actually smart and we learn from other people's mistakes, I fully believe we can be successful post-Klopp. But it's just about how we do stuff, man. It's really about how. Like, because you cannot... Because if Edwards comes in, step one, tick. If we get Potter tomorrow, then what? As an example. Everyone's finished.
Then we do have... There'll be a lot of people have blind loyalty. I'll be sitting there going...
I'm like, no, I try to see this Potter guy. So we have to get the right manager. And then in the summer, we sell Mo Salah, we sign Pedro Neto. Are you also gonna be quote unquote happy and positive? Of course not. Of course not. And I'm not hearing injury excuses if he gets injured as well, because we know he's injury prone.
You know what we've done so far? Imagine we're building a house. We brought in the best architect.
Yes.
We brought in the best architect. He has, and you know, he's got a great reputation behind him. He's going to bring in the best contractor, in his opinion, and he's going to bring in the pair of them are going to combine together to get the best, you know, head of building or whatever they're called, the fellow who runs the building site. That's what they need to combine. If at that point we go and get someone who's crap at their job for building the house, it doesn't matter how good the architect is. It's not gonna happen. So there are still steps to come. We've started off well. But there are step 2 and step 3 and step 4 to come.
Exactly. It's about replacing the players properly. It's about signing the right players, and it's about hiring the right manager. Edwards is just step 1, man. Rivals are praying hard. Xabi doesn't come to it. It's so jarring. I honestly find it so jarring and weird. People just sat here like, you know, Xabi is going to go to Bayern Munich, right? And I'm like, okay, like, why is he going to go to Bayern if he wins the league with Leverkusen?
No,
like,
because Sam, you know what's going to happen. Let's say Alonso does finish the season invincible and does the double. They're going to start saying, well, it doesn't count because it was Bundesliga tax. And they don't want us to succeed. It's fear. It is fear. That's what it is.
That's true. That is true, 100%. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Kings, man. They just want to see us struggle, bro. I don't know why. Jack, it's so weird. People just forcing this whole Xabi Alonso won't come to Liverpool crap. Like, bro, who gave you the keys to Xabi Alonso's alternative mind? Like, I just don't get it, bro. It is fear as well. Ainge was also a boyhood Liverpool fan. Hey, I'm a boyhood Liverpool fan. Make me a Liverpool manager. You get me? If that is now, you know, the requirement, Mr. Baked. I'm a boyhood Liverpool fan. Clearly, I have loyalties because I just didn't want Klopp to be sacked as an example. So I deserve, you know, I deserve to be a Liverpool manager. Come on, man. Being boyhood Liverpool fan does not mean you either automatically have to be like the Liverpool manager. You know, it's just sorry. It's just, hey, this was a fun stream, Tom, man. Iftar is literally in 15 minutes as well. So it's a good thing. We were civil again. We didn't even say anything badly, but I get your point. Ainge is not bad. Me and Tom has both said that. But when you're trying to get someone else, like Xabi or Amorim,
Ange Postecoglou is not good enough to the point where I choose the fact that he was a Liverpool fan above other managers. Yeah. That would be like a deciding factor, and it'd be a stupid deciding factor, but it would be a deciding factor. I'd like a manager who I can get behind in terms of he knows how I feel, sort of thing. Ange Postecoglou is not at the level of an Amorim or an Alonso to the point where it's just that is the deciding factor between them.
Yeah,
Ange Postecoglou is a fella who, if I don't get my first option or my second option, when I'm trying to debate, and obviously this including like Inzaghi.
When I'm looking at De Zerbi, I prefer Ainge type thing.
When I'm sat looking at everyone else, it's like Nagelsmann or Ange. At that point, beyond that, I don't really want anyone else. But they're like real backups. They're like scraping the barrel, desperate sort of things. So yeah.
I agree with you. He would leave Spurs in a heartbeat.
Oh, yeah.
I actually say everyone would leave Spurs in a heartbeat if Liverpool come calling. I just wish we do that enough more often, to be honest with you. I feel like we could still lure Son.
I remember we were going to go for Son. He was going to be our Mane replacement. but then Tottenham got Champions League football on the last day, and he stayed. If they didn't get Champions League football, we were going to go by Son to be the Mane replacement. And
By the way, guys, just so you know, we were going to get Harry Kane as well, but Levy just didn't want to sell to the Premier League rivals, unfortunately. So yeah, Daniel Levy, C blocking since 2020. Anyway, Tom, I appreciate you hopping on. This was
it's mad that we've done back-to-back streams without having a major argument, and we've talked about some topics that normally cause arguments as well.
It's because it's Ramadan, Tom, so I'm a lot calmer. I don't have cigarettes in my body. There's no coffee, there's no water, there's no food. It's just me trying to be as calm as possible, not being mad. And actually, you haven't leaned back. You haven't went like, oh my god, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, because you haven't made me lean back yet. So you know what we've done.
No, but you lean back sometimes when I make valid points, but it just makes you mad. You don't have to lean back.
Don't worry, people who like the arguments. I'm sure during the transfer window by the end of Ramadan, we'll be back to arguing again. They'll be back to leading back and shouting matches and this, that, and the other. But
there's 28 days left. There's 28 days left. Probably 14 of them are during international break. So yeah, that one will be easy. Like we'll do easy streams on that one. After that, probably April time, Man United away is when I suspect if we drop points, I'm gonna cook you, before I get cooked myself. But anyway, this is a great stream, you guys. Big up to JJ Ash, Felipe, Comet, Ryan. Big up to Brains, big up to Jack, big up to Comede, big up to Josh, Scenics, Baked, Yanis, Const, Frankie, Ed, Carl, Carlito. And by the way, guys, look, of course, we banter with you in the chat, but people like Ed always supporting the channel, people like Ray always supporting the channel, people like Felipe, people like Josh Byrne, all the people who consistently send us super chats. I appreciate you guys, man. Honestly, obviously, sometimes we joke around and mess around and stuff, but you guys are the heart and soul of the channel, because without the community, the channel means nothing. Guys, Tom Little with a 1. It's now on the title. I have just removed 10 characters to place his channel on the title. So make sure you guys go subscribe to Tom Little. And we're going to go out of here, guys. And we're going to be back for Inter Atletico, inshallah. Peace.